Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tinu, and today we're going to be doing part 2 of my eyeshadow collection slash declutter. As you guys watched my part 1, you guys obviously see that I was doing really horrible with the declutter part of the video because there's so many palettes that I love, so many palettes that I want. I would try my best to see if I can get rid of some palettes in this part 2 of the declutter. If you guys enjoy these type of videos, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I will be doing a whole lot of declutters. I'm going to be doing a whole lot of collections as well, like my concealers, my powders, and whatnot. So stay tuned, okay? And even I'm going to do declutter of my skincare, or I might just do a skincare collection video. I've never seen that being done. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know that you enjoy my videos and you would like to see more from me. Now, let's get on to the first brand that we're going to do today, and this is going to be Ciate London. I have just, I think, 5 palettes from them. I actually have decluttered one already, but we're going to see if I'm going to declutter more. It looks like I might not because I got rid of the one that I hated the most. This is called the Editor Palette. This is New England. I love the color story on this. Shimmers here are so beautiful. They're so spectacular, so creamy. I think this also has like a matte to cream formula in their mattes. Kind of similar to the Natasha Denona. The mattes are so soft. Like, look at this one. Look at that. Look at that. So soft and so creamy. So I am not getting rid of this palette. It's so nice. And they still have this on their website, so I can justify myself in saying that I'm going to keep it. Then we have the Tulum palette. This is another editor palette as well. This one, I believe this was my least favorite out of the 3 that I own. But I'm still going to keep it because they are also nice as well. Look at this berry tone shade right here. Ooh, let me show you the shimmers. Look at that shimmer right here. Yeah, so, I mean, these palettes, they're not really talked about. I've never seen people talk about them, but they're like a hidden gem, and people don't really speak about them, so I really like them. And then we have the other one that I have out of the collection. It's called Aspen. Out of the 3, this is my favorite. Like, look at these shades, guys. Look at this. What can you not love about this one? This is just beautiful. Like, look at these tones, and the formula on this is quite different from the other 2 that I just showed. This one is more of a doughy kind of feel formula. Let me clean my hands so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It kind of dips in, so when you put your fingers on it, it kind of makes a little dent. Look at this one, like right here. You see right here? It's like a dough. And look at the shade. Look at this shade. This is so pretty. Look at this one. Look at how beautiful that is. And then this green, I don't know if it's a green. Oh, look at that. See that? This palette is a hidden gem. They still have it. It is so pretty. And these kind of remind me of Natasha Denona, but even better. I mean, I'm sorry to say that. This is even better than Natasha Denona. I love this one a lot. Now we have the I Am a Woman, What's Your Superpower palette. This is a tongue twister to even pronounce. Now, this one also still has the same formula that I mentioned, but this is not as good as the Aspen one. But the shades in this one are reminding me of the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. Is it Rose Gold, or I forgot what it... you know the palette that's in pink that Huda Beauty has? This reminds me so much of it. The shades are really pretty. Look at that pink one. The mattes, I think, are like the standout from this palette. Look at this color right here. This is so pretty. I'm gonna have a lot of shades on me by the end of this video, but you guys see what I'm talking about? Look at that. Very, very nice. I'm gonna get rid of one of my Ciate palettes. Yes, we're gonna get rid of this. Are you guys happy now? Finally got rid of something, right? Yeah, so we're getting rid of that. I was thinking about what other palette that I wanted to get rid of, and that palette just is not doing it for me. It just looks awkward. First of all, the shapes of the eyeshadow. I just don't like this. This is just not my forte. So we're going to get rid of this. Now we're going to talk about Beauty Bay. I literally am never getting rid of my Beauty Bay palettes. Let's just say that FYI. This is the Wilderness palette. This is one of my favorite palettes from Beauty Bay. The color scheme is to die for. The formula is to die for. The mattes are so creamy. The shimmers are so outstanding. Girl, if I didn't have so many shimmers on my finger, I'd be swatching like crazy with this. You know what? Let me try to clean one of my fingers so you guys can see something. Look at that. Guys, look at this. I don't even need to swatch this for you guys to know that this is just... Look at this. I'm not even like dipping so hard, and look at the pigment. Look at, I'm just gonna be swatching all of these. Look at that. Look at that. This is so pretty. Never getting rid of this. Never. Okay. Now this Beauty Bay palette, I'm actually gonna get it replaced. This actually came smashed from Beauty Bay. I've been trying to reach out to them. I don't know what happened in transit, but it came smashed. But I actually like the color story. The color story reminds me of the Age of Opulence. But yeah, it came smashed and I'm, you know, I want it replaced. Look at that one. Let me just show you guys a couple of shades. Look at this one. I mean, it's still great formula. Nothing wrong with the formula. I just need a new palette, because I like my stuff to be neat, and this is just not doing it for me. And then we have the greens. Oh, the greens are so pretty. They're called Earthy. Now the greens are intact, as you guys can see. If you guys want me to create a look with these palettes, please let me know, because they're fairly new, and this is, you know, probably something that you guys would want to see. Fair warning, these do stain your fingers. Like, I'm trying to clean them off, and it's like becoming so hard to clean off now. This is the Berries. Look at that one. This is so pretty. I like this one. Kind of reminds me of a Valentine's Day kind of scheme. Color scheme. I love this a lot. It looks really pretty. I went and got my hands clean. Okay, so we're going to talk about this new palette that I recently got in the mail. This is by Martine Cosmetics. You can see how this palette looks like. You already know what this is. It's going to be really beautiful. Look at it. It actually has like a little clasp right here, and then you open it up. It looks just like this. Guys, I don't even know what to tell you about this palette yet. I haven't worn it yet. I just know I'm gonna love it. I can tell the color story itself is ridiculously unique. I've never seen anything like this. It does have a couple of multi-chromes. I think this color here and this color here is a multi-chrome. I am so tempted to swatch these, but I think I might save this for the video that I will create on this. If you want a video on this, please just leave me a comment, because I know you're probably going to want to see this on my lids. This is going to be really nice to play with. We got this palette from Be Perfect. It's called Manifest Dream Big. This palette is beautiful. As you guys can tell, I've worn this. Obviously, that's why it looks all mushed in there. But I really haven't worn a lot of the colors that are in here. I actually want to get more Be Perfect. I love the formula of these shades. Really, really beautiful shimmers. When I say beautiful, they're spectacular. The shimmers are also that doughy kind of, like they dip in, like if you press them hard enough. Like this color is an example of it, because you can see how it looks like. They have like that doughy feel. Yeah, so I like this one a lot. I'm never getting rid of it. And then we have the Sample Beauty, the Equalizer palette. I love Sample Beauty's formulas. While I have worn this quite a bit, well, I think 4 times I've worn this, and I love the little schemes, like the little berry tones, and then you have your little monochromatic tones, and then you have your little neutrally a bunch of neutral shimmers. You have your black, your browns, and I don't really use that white color, but I love this. This is kind of like a duochrome white color. And then we have this little like black shimmer. This palette is really nice. The shimmer shades are outstanding. The mattes are really blendable and creamy as well. So definitely not getting rid of this one either. I'm going to move on to some miscellaneous palette. We're going to talk about this one. It's called Tresluce, the I Am palette. This one, I think I am going to declutter. I got this in a BoxyCharm and I really don't think I will use it. But I don't know. I just want to support Latina brand too. So I don't know. I might not declutter this. So this is going to be in a maybe pile. I mean, I just, you know, I don't know if I'm going to get rid of that one. And then we have the Zoeva palette. This one is called the Premier. Let me show you this one. This one, I actually might not get rid of this one because it looks really pretty. I mean, what do you guys think? I will put this in a maybe pile. I don't think I want to get rid of it though. And then we have the Beauty Bakerie Breakfast in Bed. I think I might get rid of this one. I love Beauty Bakerie. I have other products from them. Their foundation, their setting powders, their lip whips. I just feel like they need to do better on their eyeshadow formula. This is just a little too bland for me. I wore it once and I didn't like the look that came in with this. I mean, the shades is just lackluster. The shimmers are lackluster. So I am probably going to get rid of this one. The next palette that we have here is from Lala Beauty. I got this in a BoxyCharm. This is how the palette looks like. It's very your basic neutral. I think I'm going to get rid of this one because I literally don't see myself using this. I have other palettes that look just like this. I mean, if you're talking about palettes that look just like this, I have, I think, the Warrior 3 or the Warrior 2 from Julia's Place. They kind of look similar. And these palettes look like the shimmers are lackluster. I think they are. Yeah, look at that. It's just not me. Okay, UOMA Beauty. Definitely not getting rid of this one. The shades here are really nice. I want to keep a UOMA Beauty palette, so I'm not getting rid of this. This is my only palette from them. I think the shades are really good. This one, it's really nice. It's a little too glittery for my liking, but it is not lackluster, and I feel like the mattes are even going to be nicer. It's called the Poise palette. I actually want to try more from UOMA. Now, this is my Too Faced collection. Not too much of a collection. I did declutter a couple of Too Faced palettes. I think about 6 of them over the years. But these are the ones that I have left. Okay, so we're going to start with the small palettes. This is the Totally Cute palette. Do I need this in my collection? I don't think so. And then we have the Sugar Pop palette. I think I will get rid of this one. Let's get rid of that one. I don't really see myself using these colors. And Too Faced, now that I'm like exposed to palettes that are really, really nice and pigmented, I think I'm over Too Faced right now because I think I've gotten used to other palettes and they're way much better. Okay, now we got the Peach palette. I'm never getting rid of this one. This one, although it's meh, I still like the color story. I'm going to keep this one. We got the Gingerbread. Definitely not getting rid of this one. This is actually better quality out of all the other palettes that I had from Too Faced. I am going to keep this one. And then we have the Bon Bon palettes. Sorry, Bon Bons, we're going to let you go. This has been in my collection for quite a bit. And the formula is not all that as you guys think it is. I mean, I know a lot of people that have this probably can agree with me. Yeah, I've tried better and it's time for me to let this go. Then we have the, what is this one? The Neutral Matte. This one, have I even worn this once? I don't think so. But I don't know, something is saying that I should keep this. I don't know why. Maybe I can pass this along to someone else. We have Gingerbread Spicy. I am not getting rid of this at all. Nope. I'm not getting rid of this. I love this one. We have the the chocolate semi-sweet. Definitely getting rid of this. This is probably expired, so it's probably gonna go in the trash. I don't know. I really don't know if I want to keep this just for memorabilia sake or just, I don't know why I want to have. I'm gonna get rid of it. Sorry. I am not looking at it. I'm gonna put it in my dump bin. I mean, I have a bin going here of the things that I'm gonna either give away or trash. And then we have the Smoky Eye. This one, definitely getting rid of. I don't see myself wearing this ever. Then we have the Chocolate Gold. I am never getting rid of this one either. This is one of Too Faced's best quality palettes so far. The shimmers are spectacular. I am never getting rid of this one. Nope. And then we have the Original Chocolate Bar. I want to get rid of this, but then I'm like, this is the palette that started everything. Should I get rid of this or should I keep it? I will keep this just for memorabilia's sake, for the fact that this was the first chocolate bar palette that started the whole train of chocolate bar palettes, that started the trains of the gingerbread type of looking palettes. So I will keep this one. By the way, guys, I forgot one more palette from Too Faced. I just looked into my bin and I was like, oh, one more palette. This palette, though, I think I'm going to keep this one. I like it. I just don't like these 3 shades here. Maybe I should get rid of it because of these 3 shades are just not going to work for me. So I'm going to get rid of this. You know, I talked myself out of it. I'm going to get rid of this. So I got rid of one more Too Faced palette, so you guys know. Okay, now these palettes, as you guys can see here, are going to be miscellaneous palettes. Palettes that probably, I only have a couple of them and I'm just trying to put them in one lump. Okay. So we're going to start with Pure Cosmetics. I don't know why I'm keeping this. It's been in my collection for so long. Never used it once. Probably swatched it, but never actually used it. These colors are going to be dusty as hell on my face. So I'm not going to bother. So we're getting rid of that one. And then we have the Pure Festival palette. Now this palette makes me want to think about whether I want to get rid of it or not. I'm going to give it a shot because I haven't worn it before. I have played with it, like swatched it a couple of bit, and I actually kind of like it. So we're going to play with this a little bit. I want to give it a try. And then we have the Pure Festival Original. So this one is the 2.0, the second one, and this one is the original. The only thing I don't like about this is the glitter. I really wish they didn't have glitter in it. Shades, not my forte. I think I'm going to just get rid of this one. I'm not going to wear this, so I'm just going to get rid of it. And then we have Hank and Harry. I am not getting rid of my Hank and Harry. These shades are some of the most unique shades. I know this is a glitter right here. I hate glitter, but I like the rest of the shades in this little scheme. So I'm going to keep this palette, you know, to wear. And then we have the Fuego palette from Hank and Harry. This one is another one that I really I know that this is going to be a beautiful palette. His formula is really nice. If you guys haven't tried Hank and Harry, you're sleeping on him. This is really, really a nice palette. I'm going to keep this in my collection. I have one more Hank and Harry palette. I'm also going to keep that. I just don't know where it is at the moment. I did see it when I was taking out the palettes. I just didn't, you know, remember taking it. Now this palette is from Lime Crime. This is the Venus 3. I actually like this palette. I really like it. I will keep this in my collection. It's really, really nice. I've worn it quite a bit, but it's still really nice. This one from Sleek Makeup. This is the Vintage Romance. I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm never gonna wear this. Like, it's been sitting in my collection for years. I don't think I've worn it once. I just probably swatched and played with it. So I'm going to get rid of this one. Got the Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice Palette. I don't know. I really can't get rid of this one. I really like the packaging. And I actually haven't worn these shades before, so I really want to give it a try. And then we have the Dose of Colors. This is the Friendication palette with Desi and Katie. I am definitely not getting rid of this one. This is really good formula. Really nice shimmers and nice mattes. And then we have another Dose of Colors palettes. This is the I Love Sarah palette. Look at this, guys. This is so beautiful. So I'm not getting rid of this. I've worn this quite a bit, but I'm not getting rid of it. From Scott Barnes, we have the Pigment palette. This is how it looks like. Really nice your way of brights. I actually want to give this palette another shot. When I wore it the first time, I really didn't like the blendability of the mattes. The shimmers were okay, but they were not like my favorite. But I want to give it another shot because this palette was quite expensive and I really don't want to get rid of it yet till I fully try it and say, okay, yes, it has to go. Let me know which ones that you guys have in your collection as well. It's kind of nice to kind of see our similarities and see what we both like. This is from, I think this is called Barbella. I am actually going to place this. I'm going to give this as a giveaway. As you guys can see, I haven't used it. I'm going to put this in a giveaway for somebody that will love it. Now this is the It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. I'm going to get rid of this. This has been in my palette for God knows when. Somebody else will fall in love with this. Somebody else will like this. And then we have this Ciate London palette. Also, gonna go bye-bye. I'm not gonna wear this. I am not gonna wear this. I know myself. It's not gonna be worn. So we're gonna get rid of this. Now, this is from this company called Hip Dot. Actually, these palettes are great formula. They're really nice. I'm gonna keep them because I've worn them before and I like the formula. It's not bad. It's really, really good. And then we have the green one. It's not really green. It's kind of like a bluish kind of palette, although the packaging is kind of green. But yeah, I'm going to keep this as well. Okay, we have the BoxyCharm. This palette actually is outstanding. I am not going to get rid of this. This is really, really great. Although it does have a glitter right here. But yeah, I love the palette. It's really great quality. The shimmers are really, really amazing. Spectacular shimmers. Now we have the NYX Cosmetics, the Sugar Trip Squad. Is that what it says? We are getting rid of this one. This one, yeah, look at this. It's just lackluster. The mattes are actually pretty good. The shimmer, I think, is like shit. Like, really. So I will pass this along to somebody that really can get use out of this because I don't need this in my collection anymore. And then we have this from Fab Cosmetics. If you guys look at this palette, what does it remind you of? It kind of just reminds me of the Huda Beauty Desert Ducks palette. I will pull that out just so you guys can see for reference. So I'm just looking at myself like, do I really need another palette that looks alike? Look at that. Do I seriously need another one that looks just the same? Even though it's just rearranged in a different way? Heck no, I don't need another palette that looks the same. So I'm going to get rid of this one. Pass it along. I haven't even worn this before. So I'm passing it along to someone else that's going to get use out of it. To my humongous collection of Juvia's Place palettes. I am a Juvia's Place hoarder. When I say hoarder, I hoarded a lot of their palettes. I might not have every single thing, but I have like 90% of the palettes that they own. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the small palettes, of course, because they're more easier for me to hold. This is the La Mariposa, the collaboration with Yami Angelina. This is really pretty. It is very bright. It has a glitter, which I don't care for, but I just love the color story. So I'm going to keep this in my collection, of course. And then we have the Nubian Coral palette. I am never getting rid of this. Of course not. It is so beautiful and the colors are so pigmented. This is very beautiful coral gray tone shades. I love this color story, so I'm definitely keeping this in my collection. We have the Bronze Rustic palette. This one is definitely not going anywhere. It's fairly new in my collection. I love the color story, so I'm definitely going to keep this in my collection. We have the Sweet Pinks as well. This is so gorgeous. Bright pink tone shade. I love the coral shade right here. This is so beautiful. I love this color story, so I'm gonna definitely keep this in my collection. I know it seems like I'm keeping all my Juvia's Place, but I will show you the ones that I'm gonna get rid of in a sec. This is the Mauves. I'm definitely gonna keep this color story. I love this color story. It's really pretty. The Chocolates one is also gorgeous. Really nice neutral palette to carry on the go. If you're traveling and you just want a staple neutral palette, this will be a really good one to have in your arsenal. We have the Vanessa and Juvia's Place collaboration. This one also is a really beautiful palette. I am not going to get rid of this either. It's really nice tones here and very nice and neutrally. I love neutrals a lot, but I do love color as well. And then we have the berries. I think out of all the little 6-pan palettes, I do love this the most. This one is just all me in a palette. If I was to create a palette, this will be my color scheme. It's really, really nice and beautiful. Great berry tone palette. And then we have the Violets. This is another palette that will just signify me because I love purples. And this is an all purple palette. Lilac kind of palette. Really, really pretty. So I'm keeping this one. Now we're going to move on to the quads. We have the Honey. This is from the Rebel collection. This is really pretty. I'm going to keep this one as well. And then we have the Mints. This one is a really unique mint. If I do need mint, I would probably go for this one. I like it. I'm going to keep it. And then we have the grays. Oh, when I wore this one day, somebody was just like, what do you have on? And I told them I had this on. And they actually went to purchase it because they like the color scheme. So I really like this a lot. And then we have the Army. This one is really, really pretty. Really, really nice green. I love the green scheme in this one. It's really pretty. And then we have the Olori palettes. This is Olori 2. This is a really beautiful blue tone palette. I'm definitely going to keep this one, of course. And then we have Olori 3. I like this one a lot too as well. I'm going to keep this one. Trust me, I love all these ones. The 3-tone, the 6 tones. I like this one. Look at this one. This is Olori 1. Very, very pretty. I love this one. By the way, Olori means queen. Olori. You know, that's how you pronounce it. I keep pronouncing it like I'm American. Okay. This is the Wahala palette. Definitely going to keep this one. Sorry, I'm not letting this go at all. Although it does have glitter, but I love the tones. I love everything about it. I'm not getting rid of this one. Okay, now we're going to move on. Let me kind of try to mix in the palettes that I'm going to get rid of. This is the Nubian 2 palette. And if you guys can see, this palette has been abused. My son has really thought that he can just mess with my palettes. He's been the one Dylan. Look at this. I actually panned this one, but then he went and messed with this one right here. So I'm getting rid of this. I will probably repurchase this in the future, but I'm getting rid of it for now. It's probably going to go in the trash. And then this is the palette that I almost cried when he got into it. Look at this one. Look at this, guys. This is definitely going in the trash. So I'm getting rid of it. I'm decluttering. I think this broke off on its own. I don't think my son got into it, but I'm just going to get rid of it. I think I've had this for quite a while. Probably needs a new... I need to get a new one, but I'm going to, this time around, get the mini size because I don't think I need a big size of this anymore. So far, I think I've gotten rid of everything I wanted to get rid of from my Juvia's Place line. This one is the Saharan 2. I really like this one. I love the seafoam green, the blue. Everything about this palette just is so beautiful and it creates really nice looks. So I'm going to keep this one. Then we have the Juvia's Place Afrique palette. I'm not going to get rid of this either. This is just so beautiful. Spectacular shades. I don't know if this palette is being sold anymore, but I will keep it because I like the color story. It's really nice. And then we have the original Saharan palette. I think this is the first one that came out. This is also pretty. I don't want to get rid of this either. This is really nice. I don't foresee myself getting rid of any of these Juvia's Place palettes. They're so amazing. This one is the Festival. I like this one also. The color story is really pretty. And then we have the Warrior. So I think I might get rid of this one because this one, I don't know, for some reason started falling apart on me. And literally, I barely use this palette. I mean, the shades are pretty. The matte palette is my favorite so far. I like this palette. I think if I try the Dominique Cosmetics transitions and I don't like it, I might declutter it and just keep this one. Because I like this one. It kind of gives me the vibes of that, but, you know, in a smaller palette. And then we have the Nomad palette. Look at that. You got your grungy greens and, you know, a couple of browns in there to mix with it. It's really nice. I like this one a lot. Now, this palette kind of reminds me of the palette from Ace Beauty, the Tribe Vibes. Is it Tropical Vibes? Yeah. So, look at this one. You can kind of see that they kind of favor each other. But I don't know. I love this formula, though, from Juvia's Place. It's really pretty. I love the green tones. I love green tones a lot. I don't know why. This is the Deuce palette. This one is also pretty. I'm going to keep it. I love this tone, this one right here, and this beautiful, I think this is like a gray taupey color right here. I love it. And then we have the Zulu palette. I like this one too. I was going to think that I might get rid of this one, but no, I'm going to keep this one. This is really pretty. And then we got the final palette here is my Culture palette. You guys have probably seen a video when I featured this one. Obviously, it's not going anywhere. I mean, I just got it recently. I created a look on it in my channel, so if you want the video, I will link it down below. I love these shades. They're so pretty. Let me show you guys this one. Look at that one. Look at this one. This is a duochrome. Look at that shade right there. This one is so pretty. Look at that one. Yeah, so I'm not getting rid of this at all. Now we're going to be doing my ColourPop collection. I have a lot, not as much as some of these ColourPop hoarders that I've seen on the YouTube, but just a decent amount. I haven't been really buying a lot of ColourPop makeup. I think I mostly have been focusing on their complexion products, not more on their actual palettes, because I have a lot already, so I really don't see the need to keep buying repetitive palettes. Unless I see something that's going to really jump out at me, I will not be purchasing any more ColourPop products. So let's go ahead and get started. This is California Love. This is a really nice palette. Very quite popular. This is really nice. I like this a lot. It is very pigmented. It's long lasting. I like this. It's very neutral and very pretty. Next we have Cute as AF. This is another neutral palette. Really pretty. I like this one because I can take this to travel. I've used this quite a bit, but it's one of my favorite out of the 12 pan shades from ColourPop. And then we have Rendezvous. Rendezvous is a really pretty one as well. I love that pop of green that's in there. And then I like the brown neutrals. This is really brown skin friendly. So if you're dark skin and you are looking for something that is going to show up on your skin, this would be the best bet. I am not sure that they do carry this anymore, but you know, if they do, then that would be a good one. This one is called Good as Gold. This is one of my favorites. The packaging is amazing, and so is the product. I think this one is the one that has the two Super Shock shades in there. These two I think are the Super Shock shades, but this I really like a lot. It's another neutral palette. This is called Sweet Talk. This is a very popular one in the ColourPop community. It's a little peachy kind of neutral palette with nice gold. I think this is the one that probably has the glitter right here. Not a fan. And then I think it also has a Super Shock shade right here. I really like this palette a lot. If I really wanted glitter, I would go in here, but this glitter is not eye safe, so I will be using this for body work. I will not get rid of this. So none of the palettes that I've mentioned that were 12 pan, I'm not getting rid of any of them because I actually like them. This one is a collaboration with Makeup by Shayla. This is called Perception. This is really pretty. I like the color spectrum here. I like that this is not too neutral like the other palettes that I've mentioned. This does have a couple of blues and pinks in here with greens and mixed with a couple of neutrals. I really like it. It's very universal for every skin shade. And then we have the I Love Sarah collaboration with ColourPop. This is called Through My Eyes. Really nice. I like this one as well. You can see what I'm talking about when I like palettes like this. Look, I really almost hard panned the shade. Then I like the greens. I like the plum shades mixed in there, and a few rosy tones as well, and a couple of neutrals. This is a really nice palette. I wish they can come out with some unique palettes like this and stop just be all neutral. All the palettes they've come out with are just heavily neutral in my opinion. And then this is a ColourPop palette I created myself. This is just filled with ColourPop eyeshadows. I think these are more of the duochromes because I kind of section my palette. So these are duochrome and shimmer shades in this palette. And then I have another one. This one is in another, I think this one might be the matte shades. Okay, this is just a mixture of matte and shimmer, and I think a couple of maybe glitter shades in here. So this is another one that I have. And then I have I think there's another palette that I made. These are all matte shades. Now these are all the matte shades, so I'm not getting rid of any of the single shadows from ColourPop. I love them. They're really good. And then we have the Chasing Rainbows palette. Now this palette I really was thinking about getting rid of, but I like the colors. I don't know, but I don't know. Do I want to get rid of this? I don't know. I think I will get rid of this one. This one I really don't see myself using, so I will get rid of this one. And then we have the So Jaded. This is a collaboration with Kathleen Lights and ColourPop. This is really nice. I love this palette. I will never get rid of this one. This is one of the most unique palettes that ColourPop ever came out with. Now, I wish they would come out with colors like this. This is really, really nice. You got cool tones mixed with warm tones, and then you got a couple of Super Shock shades. Like this one is really pretty, and it still has its formula in there. It's still like super shocky, even though this palette has been with me for quite a while. I think this is the glitter shade. I don't like that. I think that this is also glitter. So it does have two glitter shades that I'm not a fan of, but colors does save this palette, so I am going to keep this in my collection. And then we got the Your Golden is right here. This is a really, really nice palette as well. Trying to open it. This one is so pretty. It's a little neutrally, I would say, but then it does have your pops of blue. Yeah, I really, really like this palette a lot. These are the Mandalorian palettes. This is the Child. And this palette is very unique. I like the colors. It's very sagey with your neutrals right here. Really, really great, unique palette. I wore it once and it's really nice. And then we got the Mandalorian. This is just called that. And it's more of a gray toned kind of palette. Then you still have some cool tone browns in here. And this is actually a duochrome. It's like a gray, green, brown shifty shade. I really like this one a lot. Now we're going to go with the monochromatics. I know it kind of felt like I wasn't going to get to it. But yeah. Now this is called Lucky Penny. I love this one. This is really pretty. It's just straight up brown neutral palette. Really nice to have in your collection. We have the Wild Child. It's another one. This is more deeper. As you can see, they wrote different. A little more cool toned in my opinion. I really, really like this one a lot. And then we got Cherry Crush. It's more of a nice pinky palette. Really, really great. I like the plum, the pinks. Really cute. I'm not getting rid of them like ColourPop, just FYI. And then we have Main Squeeze. It's just like a red toned monochromatic palette. Really, really cute as well. Then we have It's My Pleasure. Of course, I cannot do without having a purple toned monochromatic palette. This one you can see I've really used a lot. I really, really like it. It's so pretty when you combine the shades and create a look out of this one. And then we have Just My Look. It's just like your greens and olive tones. This is really, really pretty. I love this a lot. This is Honey. This is just like a yellow palette with a couple of mustard shades. I haven't really worn this, but I will probably bring it out this spring and pull it out and wear it because I do want to know if I want to keep it or not because of it looks like it might not show up on my skin tone. So we're going to give it a try. And then I might declutter it in my next declutter. And this is Wine Oli. This is really pretty. I like the shades. I love the wine shades. I'm really a fan of burgundy. I love burgundy on my eyes. It really, really, really goes well with my skin tone. Now we're going to talk about these 5-pan shades. I like these ones. The only con is the glitter shade in the middle. I really just wish they wouldn't do that. I think they were trying to replicate Natasha Denona's palettes, but they really missed the mark when they added a glitter shade in the middle. It was just not appropriate for this palette. I really, really like the shades of these as well, and they perform well. This one does not have a glitter shade. I really like this one as well. And this is called Cherish. I think this was called Lyric. I didn't tell you the name of that one. And then this one's another one with a glitter shade in the middle. This is called Amour. This is pretty. They could have just added a shade, a really metallic shade in this color rather than a glitter. I don't understand why. And the glitter is not eye safe, so why add it into an eyeshadow palette? It just really irks my nerves when ColourPop does that. Another palette that I got from ColourPop is from the Nuke Ink. I think this is called Nuke Ink. This is just like a blue or a teal kind of monochromatic palette. I will be keeping this as well in my collection. Now we're gonna be doing miscellaneous palettes. These I am definitely getting rid of. They're from the Beauty Crop. We got the Mojito palette. This is just like a green palette. This is gonna definitely go in a giveaway. I just have already monochromatic shades that looks just like this. And I wouldn't get rid of this one. So this is going to go in the giveaway box. Then we have the Sangria. Of course, this has been used. I will be gifting this to any one of my family members. And then we have Strawberry Daiquiri. This is another one that I haven't opened. Definitely will be putting this in the giveaway. So I'm getting rid of that. Then we have Wander's Escape by Wander Beauty. This palette actually was apprehensive on whether I want to declutter this or not. It is really nice and pretty, but I'm not sure if I want to keep it. I do like the shades. The shimmer shades are amazing. I'm actually going to keep this. Now that I open it, I realize why I liked it. Let me even show you this. Look at this one. Look at this shade right here. Look at this, guys. This is why I like it. Look at this shade. I am definitely keeping this palette. The shimmer shades in here are fantastic. I wish they added a darker matte brown shade or something. But I am going to keep this palette in my collection. We're going to talk about Glamlight, She Glam, and Milani, and Makeup Forever. Yeah, so there's going to be some that are going to be decluttered out of here very soon. So let's start with Glamlight. This is the Glamlight Donut palette. This is Chocolate Donut. Let me show you guys this one. This one I am going to keep. I like this palette a lot. And then we have the Glamlight. I don't know. It's called Glam Donut. So this one also is very pretty. I'm going to keep this one as well. Then we have the Icy Blueberry palette. I think this is Blue Raspberry palette. This is amazing. The quality in here is impeccable and really, really nice blue tones for any skin shade. I love this a lot. So I'm keeping this one in my collection. I think this is called the Viva Taco palette. Oh my god. I love this palette, guys. I will never get rid of this palette. It is so beautiful. The mattes are so blendable, so pigmented, and the shimmer shades are outstanding as well. The Ice Cream palette. This one is my favorite from Glamlight. It is so pretty. It has a really nice spectrum of shades. Let me turn it right here so you can see all the shades. This is really beautiful. It's really, really nice and pigmented. The shimmer shades are really amazing and the mattes are really nice. These are the Martine collection. Of course, I'm never getting rid of this. I don't even know if I will ever get rid of it. This Dirty Martini, this is so pretty. The greens, oh god, this is what you call grungy green, foresty kind of palette. I love all the shades in here. They're so nice and pigmented. And then we have the Wine palette is purples. Of course, you guys know I love purples. Purples is my jam. The bee's knees to my heart. Keeping that one. And then we have the Chocolate Martini. I don't even know if there's anything called Chocolate Martini, but this is really nice. I haven't used this palette, of course, but I am going to get some use out of it. It's a really great neutral palette. Neutral with a lot of uniqueness. This shade is amazing. I'm very, very, very nice and pigmented. I swatched this. It's really, really good. So I'm keeping this one in my collection. Then we have this palette from Clarity Cosmetics. This is the Bloom palette. I think this was a palette that came out for their spring. Let me show you how it looks like. Look at this, guys. This is epitome of beauty. I would never get rid of this palette. And the shades here, let me show you this one. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, look at that, guys. Look at that. I think it's a duochrome. I don't know if you guys can see the chrome, the chrominess of it. This is a really nice shade. Look at this. Let me show you. And it just goes on and on. Look at it, and it's still like left over on my finger. It's so pretty. I love this shade a lot. Now this is another palette from Clarity Cosmetics. It's called Magic Lamp. It's a really, really pretty palette. It has a lot of duochromes in matte shades. This is so pretty. Like, I love this, and it is so pigmented and it blends like a dream. Now this is Makeup Forever palette. This is the Artist Shadow 2. I am getting rid of this one. Obviously, this does not exist anymore. I'm going to pass this along to someone else that will find this very useful. The shades are still good, by the way. So I'm going to pass this along to a family member. And then we have the Artist Shadow 4. These are more matte shades. I'm going to be passing this along. I will not be keeping this in my collection. Then we have the 15 Artist Shadows from Makeup Forever. This one, I will be passing this along to someone else. Someone else will get a lot of use out of this. Now we got two Milani palettes. I think I have more than two. It's basically a blush, eyeshadow, and contour palette. I'm definitely keeping this. This is really good. I took this to travel and it really served the purpose. You can wear any of these shades as eyeshadow, and you can also use this as a contour, a bronzer, a blush, you know, whatever you want to do. This is really, really handy. I like this a lot. This is the Gilded Rouge. I've never really worn these shades before. I swatched them, but I haven't worn them. So I think I just want to keep them just to give them a try. They look so pretty. I don't want to get rid of them, so I will keep this one. And this one is the Gilded Noir. It's a really also pretty palette. I don't know about this one. I think I also want to keep it as well. The shades are really pretty. Let me show you this one. No, not this one. This one. Yeah, the shades are really pretty. I don't see anything wrong with it, but I just want to test it out and see if I want to keep it or do I want to declutter. The Gilded Desires, I would never declutter like this palette. This palette served me so many purposes. Like if I want to travel, the color is creamy, pigmented. The mattes are like a cream to like powder formula. I really like this a lot. So I'm going to keep this one. Then we have the She Glam. This is the Glitz Wiz palette. This one is supposed to dupe Natasha Denona. I think it's the Metropolis palette. It's supposed to dupe that. I really like the shades of this, but I tried it and I don't think the formula is even that good. But I'm willing to give it another try because it was pigmented, but we'll try it again. I do like the colors though. The color story is really pretty. And then we have the Spanglish palette from Alamar Cosmetics. This one I really like and enjoy a lot. I will keep this in my collection. Next group of palettes that we're doing these are more miscellaneous palettes as well. I'm going to start with the Tarte Pro palette. This is actually a second one. I've decluttered one of it and gave it to my sister. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this in my collection. I actually quite love the formula of this. It's really, really nice. And I like that you have some shimmers on the side. And then you have all these matte shades to play with. The iconic London palette. This one is a palette that I quite really enjoy. It's the Day to Slay eyeshadow palette. And this palette has some neutrals in here. I used this a couple of times. The formula is really nice. I actually like this, you know, to travel with if I just wanted to take a basic neutral palette. So I am going to be keeping this in my collection. This is the Delancey Nocturne eyeshadow palette. This palette I am going to be decluttering. I really have something similar. My Ace Beauty Quintessential palette is basically the same color scheme. So I'm just going to pass this along to somebody else that would enjoy this palette so that I can enjoy other palettes in my collection. Then we have the Illamasqua. This is the Universal Artistry palette. This palette, I think, will be going in a giveaway. I only opened the palette and just so I really haven't even touched it. Look at this, guys. I believe that I'm not going to wear this. This is just not the type of colors that I go for. So I'm going to be putting this in a giveaway for somebody. This is the Makeup Revolution Tommy X palette. This is the Tropical Twilight palette. I really, really love this palette. This is so beautiful. I think this is one of Makeup Revolution's best formulas ever. Although it does have 3 glitters, these glitters are really fine milled. And look at this one. I'm going to show you this one. Oh, it's actually like digging a little bit more. Look how this glitter, the glitter packs on like really, it's really fine milled. Look at that glitter. It's really, really fine milled. I love this palette. I'm not going to get rid of it anytime soon. I have worn it a couple of times. I just still want to play with it a little bit. And it's still available on Ulta. I think even on the Makeup Revolution website. So this is really, really... And this is the Eloise the Queen palette. This is another one of those palettes that I believe that I'm going to put in the giveaway. I don't think I've even swatched this palette. Oh yes, I have swatched this palette. I haven't used this on my eyes before. I just swatched it, just trying to test the formula. So I will be passing this along to somebody else that will get use out of this palette. This is a Tarte palette. I think it came out of a collection. This palette, I probably will pass this along, or maybe possibly trash this because I've had this for quite a bit. So I think I'm just gonna see if the formula is still good. If not, I'm gonna bin this and get rid of this. And then we have the MAC. It's the Art Library, and this is called Flame Buoyant. It's an eyeshadow palette. This has some of my favorite MAC shades in here. I think this is the name card for the shades. I really like this palette. This palette is something that I put in my makeup kit when I go out and do my makeup. It has some of my favorite shades like Embark, Amber Lights, and Rule, and Fan the Flames. I love the shades that are in here. So yeah, I'm definitely never getting rid of this. It's going to stay in my collection. This is a palette from OPV Beauty. It's called Spotlight. This is a really beautiful eyeshadow palette. I am never getting rid of this one. This is going to stay in my collection for quite a bit. It has really nice cool tone shimmery shades. The shimmers are really amazing. Let me show you this one. This is kind of reminds me of MAC brown green pigment and has like a red base to it. Look at this gold right here. Look at this one, is so pretty. Yeah, so I'm not getting rid of this palette. I'm going to keep this in my collection. This is the OPV Tropical Dreams palette. This one is such a beautiful palette as well. I've worn it quite a bit. It has some of my favorite colors in here. I do have concerns about this blue shade right here, but I still want to play with it a little bit more before I make my decisions on whether I need to get rid of it or keep it in my collection. But for now, it's going to stay in my collection. Then we have the Tartelette in Bloom palette. This is a very popular palette with Tarte. This palette has been abused and used. I even want to test if the formula is still good. The formula is still good. Look at how shiny this eyeshadow is. This is a really nice neutral palette. I really enjoy this. It's a more like a mauve toned, cool toned neutral palette. So it's still gonna stay in my collection. Now this is another Tarte palette. This is the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3. I actually kind of got rid of the other 2 volumes. I had 3 of this, but I got rid of 2 of the other ones to someone. This one, I want to get rid of it. I just like the formula. It is so like pigmented, like silky shimmers. But I just kind of be looking like I already have these in other palettes. So I think I'm just going to get rid of this, pass it along to somebody else that will get use out of it. And then we have the Morphe palette. This one I'm going to keep actually because I really have only worn it a couple of times. It is really nice. I actually did get rid of all my Morphe 360 palettes. I got rid of the matte and the shimmer and the original. So this kind of gives me a kind of reminder of those. And this is like a really nice palette. This is really nice. The shimmers are really shimmery. Like, look at that, guys. Really nice and shimmery and very pigmented. The mattes are pigmented as well. Look at that. So I'm getting that quality that I love in the 360 palettes. And yeah, I think it's 350. I keep saying 360, but look at that. Look at those colors, guys. Very pretty shades. I love this Morphe palette. I'm going to keep this in my collection. So guys, that's basically it for part 2 of this eyeshadow collection video. Part 3 will be coming also very soon because I still have more palettes to talk about. So if you guys enjoy these kind of videos and you would like to see, I know a couple of you have commented that they wanted to see blush, bronzer, or highlighter collection. I definitely will be doing those ones because I do have quite a bit of blush, bronzers, and I do have quite a bit of highlighters. So if you guys want to see those kind of collections, please let me know. I definitely will get that out once I'm done with the eyeshadow ones. If you're new to my channel and you like what you see and you like these type of videos, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more content in the future. Thank you guys again for your love and support. I love you guys, and I will see you in another video. Bye!